Welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Ritu Sharma, psychologist and behavioral skills trainer, assistant professor psychology, Amity University. This module talks about the introduction to criminal psychology. Introduction. Psychology is a scientific study of human and animal behavior which is aimed at describing, explaining, predicting and controlling behavior. Psychology as a subject involves studying behavior scientifically. Expansion of horizon of psychology has also touched law, criminal behavior and thus leading to birth of criminal psychology as an independent field in itself. And today, criminal psychology is a specialized field which is growing and has immense scope. Learning outcomes expected. Students expected to be able to understand what is criminal psychology, analyze the role of psychology in criminal psychology, evaluate relation between psychology, crime and criminal behavior. Psychology is understanding behavior has undergone great transformation and diversification as it is aimed to study behavior scientifically. Paradigms of globalization and liberalization, which gained much popularity in the 20th century, have now been replaced with more specific paradigms. Today, when there is an emergent need of diversification to understand the application and theory of specific aspects, the need to have a holistic approach cannot be ignored. Thus, we see that it is exemplary that eclectic and interdisciplinary and multicultural approaches are considered to be more practical. With the growing rate of crime, while it becomes essential and important for government agencies to increase their focus on improving legal services, it is also essential to find the reason of crime, psychology of criminals, and to be able to devise interventions at individual and social levels to improve social conditions. Today, we cannot ignore the presence of activities which are labeled as and under organized structures of crime, where one can find a small child, women, adult or old age person to be involved in criminal activities. Crime can be as small as stealing, burglary to murder and mass killing. We witness on a daily basis a lot of things. It's irrespective of the country or state. In many cases of rape, where a female was raped and is assaulted beyond human imagination, leaves us with a question that how can a normal man whom you probably just cross by in a market or any public transport or place can stretch themselves to such extremes, forgetting about humanity and not even fear of legal actions. From one murder to mass killings. Have you ever thought what lead to the Holocaust? How can one individual like Hitler could give orders for mass killing of people and on the basis of caste, religion, race, political beliefs discriminate people and give orders to kill them? And his forces followed his instructions without giving it a second thought. The Holocaust further formed the basis of many experiments which aimed to understand extremes of obedience as done by Milgram in 1961. Similar cases in the history of crime has left many questions unanswered, which can only be explained by understanding human behavior. Psychology is so varied and applied that it explains behavior at all levels. At individual level, it's the personality, belief system and cognitive factors which play a very important role. Beliefs like what is right and what is wrong in my life decides how an individual plans to behave in his real life. Apart from this, it's the learning and the motivational factors which also decides individual behavior. Learnings which are basically learned from various conditioning factors which lead to human behavior being molded in a particular way. Apart from this, motivation, what are the factors which are motivating an individual to behave in a particular way? What are the factors of reward and punishment that he learns and decides, which also further on acts on the behavioral molding of an individual. Apart from this, environmental factors also play an important role in deciding whether an individual will get involved in a criminal behavior or not. Environmental factors may reinforce an individual to behave in an in an act which is not accepted by the society. At the same time, biological factors, which is hormonal and other neurological aspects, cannot be ignored in conditioning and molding of a human behavior to give rise to a particular act. To summarize, it's not just the individual factors which play an important role in deciding human behavior, it's the environmental, biological, physical, physiological, cognitive, psychological factors which also affect and motivate an individual to behave in a certain manner. To conclude, it's the environmental factors, biological factors, physiological factors, cognitive and psychological factors which affect or motivate an individual to behave in a particular manner. Apart from individual level factors, it is also the group level factors which affect an individual's behavior. Group level, this is aimed at understanding the social factors which can explain behavior of individuals in a group. It is aimed at understanding how presence of others affects the behavior of an individual. In a particular culture of society and a social religion, it might be possible that an individual plans to behave in a certain way just because of social pressure and motivation from the social individuals present at that time. The change today and shift in the paradigms has led to emergence of psychological perspective as an important aspect in the field of research, practice and theory. Psychology today is a subject which has gained a significant place in all subjects which are indirectly or remotely related to behavior. Any human behavior study is where today psychology is being studied. Criminal psychology is not only to understand criminal minds or predict criminal behavior. It is also important to control the development of crime in today's time and to be able to give intervention to those in need. It is important for us to also understand the issues which are there with criminal behavior and to be able to resolve them. What is crime? The term crime or criminal are very contextual in nature and can be better understood and should be used with reference to specific legal and judicial system of a particular state, country or province. It is to be noted that this term is required to be used with great caution, as what one culture might consider as crime might not be considered as crime in another culture. On the other hand, an act may be considered as crime in one state, culture, province or legal system may be considered to be a disease which is also a reflection of enlightened cultures. Crime is an act which indicates maladjustment to a particular culture and social concern, which is legally considered as an act of violation of law. Often confused at the same as the similar term, criminality and crime are different. While criminality indicates intentions and attitudes indulging into criminal behavior, crime is an act against law. Criminal psychology aims to control crime by providing interventions for criminality. Crime is at times difficult to be concluded as a crime. As not just contextual in nature, it is also situation based. In a war situation, when a soldier kills another soldier of counter army, it is considered as an act of bravery and pride. But in civilians, it is considered as crime. In case of a civilian crime, also it is important to consider if the act is as a result of self-defense or under the influence of a substance or social pressure. In such cases, it cannot be considered as a crime. Thus, on one side, an act which is against the law is considered as crime as per the legal definition. On the other side, the normative definition of crime highlights the act which offends our moral code. To conclude, it is ambiguous to label an act as crime, and there is no objective definition which can define what all is included to be called a crime. Meaning of crime can only be understood with respect to the social culture and context and situation. What is criminal psychology? Criminal psychology is a study of criminal behavior, where term behavior includes personality, attitude, physiology, learning, motivation, thinking, and other cognitive factors which contribute to the act of crime or criminal intentions. It is important to understand the psychology of criminals as it enables us to describe, explain, predict, and control such behavior, which is the major aim of psychology and criminal psychology. Criminal psychology has emerged from the major branches of psychology, which is social psychology and clinical psychology. Social psychology, it is an important specialized field of psychology which is helpful in understanding criminal behavior and related aspects, is social psychology. Social psychology is a study of behavior in groups. It enables us to understand how people behave in presence of others, how views, actions of other individuals mold the perception and cognition of others present there. Social psychology studies important aspects such as competition, collaborative behavior, mob behavior, leadership, group behavior, internal and external factors affecting group behavior, etc. This enables us to understand, explain, control and predict behavior in social situations. Most of the crime is not always due to clinical disorders. Majority of crime is as a result of deep planning, which is a result of social issues, pressure and other environmental factors. Humans are considered to be social animals, while most of our behavior is guided by social norms. The definition of correct and incorrect behavior, ethical and non-ethical behavior, and similar definitions are culturally driven. Social psychology enables us to understand the social context of crime and reasons which foster such behavior. Social psychology also enables us to understand cultural reasons of particular behavior such as khab, where females in a culture are killed because they wish to marry a particular person of their own culture or caste. Status of children in a culture, status of males in a culture, the role of senior and old members of a clan. These all and many more such factors can only be understood by having a deeper understanding of culture and related social aspects. Theory, research and experiments of social psychology give a deeper understanding of individual motives, actions and behavior in the presence of others and while as a member of a group. On the other hand, clinical psychology enables us to understand the mental, physiological, emotional and behavioral contributors of criminal behavior. Mental health is a significant predictor of criminal behavior. While we define mental health in layman terms as an individual who looks healthy, but mental health is directed in much holistic manner. It includes physical, social and psychological health of an individual. That is, an individual is considered to be healthy when he is physically fit, is able to interact with people, is able to maintain healthy social and family relations, and is psychologically also fit. There are two major specialized fields of psychology which are major contributors to criminal psychology apart from this. There are many aspects which can also be explained under psychology as an umbrella term, which is also a reason why criminal psychology in itself is considered as a sub-specialization within psychology. While at individual level, as described earlier, there are many factors that play an important role and explain the causes of behavior. Cognitive factors such as information processing, moral development play an important role in constituting and predicting human behavior. How an individual processes information and the type of moral development can help a criminal psychologist to understand the intent and intensity of the crime. Environmental factors also play an important role in understanding criminal behavior. Extremities in climate along with other factors may also lead to criminal behavior. Theory, research and experiments of social psychology give a deeper understanding of individual motives, actions and behavior in the presence of others and while as a member of a group. Clinical psychology enables us to understand the mental, physiological, emotional and behavioral contributors of criminal behavior. Mental health is a significant predictor of criminal behavior. While we define mental health in layman term as an individual who looks healthy, but mental health is described in a much holistic manner. It includes physical, social and psychological health of an individual. That is, an individual is considered to be healthy when he is physically fit, is able to interact with people and is able to maintain a healthy social and family relations, and is also at the same time psychologically fit. These two are major specialized fields of psychology which are major contributors to criminal psychology. Apart from this, there are many aspects which can be explained under psychology as an umbrella term, which is also the reason why criminal psychology in itself is considered as a subspecialization within psychology. While at individual level, as described earlier, there are many factors that play an important role and explain the cause of behavior. Cognitive factors such as information processing, which lead to moral development, play an important role in constituting and predicting human behavior. How an individual processes information and the type of moral development can help a criminal psychologist to understand the intent and intensity of the crime. Environmental factors also play an important role in understanding criminal behavior. Extremities in climate, along with other factors, may also lead to criminal behavior. While psychology and crime, of course, are two different terms and fields, but each one of them is important and interdependent. Psychology is a scientific study of behavior, which also includes criminal acts of behavior. While psychology aims to understand human behavior, which is a larger aspect of behavior of a particular human, crime is just an important aspect which can be studied under psychology, and thus psychology is an important umbrella term to understand criminal behavior. Various schools of thoughts of psychology enables and foster the understanding of behaviors. Following are the school of thoughts in psychology: psychoanalysis, behaviorism, and humanistic. Psychoanalysis. Sigmund Freud is considered as the father of psychoanalysis. Psychoanalysis explains personality organization and personality development of an individual. Through psychoanalysis, root cause of a behavior can be understood. According to this approach, behavioral issues are a result of unconsciousness. Psychoanalysis. Sigmund Freud is considered as the father of psychoanalysis. Psychoanalysis explains personality organization and personality development of an individual. Through psychoanalysis, root cause of a behavior can be understood. According to this approach, behavioral issues are a result of unconscious issues referred to as fixation during stages of psychosexual development and disturbance in the functioning of basic elements of personality, that is id, ego and superego. These issues lead to use of defense mechanisms. Personality, as described in psychoanalysis, consists of three elements: id, ego and superego. Id is based on pleasure principle and seeks gratification of needs. These needs are largely instinctual in nature. It does not consider the consequences into picture. Superego is based on morality principle, while ego is guided by reality principle and seeks to create a balance between id and superego. Unconsciousness is explained as a segment of mind which a person is not aware of. It is a storehouse of unfulfilled desires, repressed emotions, thoughts and feelings. Psychoanalysis. Sigmund Freud is considered as the father of psychoanalysis. Psychoanalysis explains personality organization and personality development of an individual. Through psychoanalysis, root cause of a behavior can be understood. According to this approach, behavioral issues are a result of unconscious issues referred to as fixation during the stages of psychosexual development and disturbances in functioning of basic elements of personality, that is id, ego and superego. These issues lead to the use of defense mechanisms. Personality, as described in psychoanalysis, consists of three elements, that is id, ego and superego. It is based on pleasure principle and seeks gratification of needs. These needs are largely instinctual in nature. Without considering the consequences, id works. Superego is based on morality principle, while ego is guided by reality principle and seeks to create a balance between id and superego. Thus, we can behave in a sane manner. Unconscious is explained as a segment of mind which a person is not aware of. It is a storehouse which is of unfulfilled desires, repressed emotions, thoughts and feelings. Too much content in unconscious leads to personality issues. Psychoanalysis till date is useful in understanding unconscious desires and conflicts of humans which lead to irrational behaviors. Second important school of thought is behaviorism. Edward Thorndike and John B. Watson are the pioneers of behaviorism. Further significant contributions in this were made by B. F. Skinner and Ivan Pavlov. Behaviorism is a systematic approach which rejects the idea of psychoanalysis and believes that behavior is a result of stimulus which leads to a particular response. Behaviorism resulted in understanding of voluntary behavior and behavioral conditioning. Thus, seeks to explain behavior as stimulus and response relation and focuses on observable behavior. It rejects the idea of unconsciousness. Major focus is also laid on the effect of environment on behavior of an individual. A larger part of experiments in behaviorism was conducted on animals like dogs, cats, rats, and also birds, that is pigeon. As a basic notion was to understand a response to a stimulus. Though behaviorism lead to an objective measurement of behavior and a much scientific reasoning of behavior, but it still faced criticism as it ignored the individual level variables completely. It laid too much focus on objective behavior and left little scope for free will. And it was majorly criticized as it compared animal behavior to human behavior. Despite all criticism, behaviorism enables psychologists till date to give a clear prediction of behavior, and it guides major behavior modification interventions which are used in therapy till date. The third important school of thought is humanistic, given by Carl Rogers. In this approach, emphasis is given on the whole person approach to understand behavior. Humanistic approach views individual behavior from subjective perspective and not as stimulus response. In this, theorists emphasize on free will of humans and discussed on the optimism of human to overcome the impediments of daily life and emerge as fully functioning individuals. This approach emphasizes on scientific and objective investigation of behavior. It rejects the scientific and measurement-oriented approach to study behavior and views behavior as human journey. Psychology has brought and can bring great transformation to humanity, as the basic application of psychology is to be able to improve psychosocial health of individuals. In criminal psychology, which is an amalgamation of psychology and law, helps not only to understand criminal behavior and criminal intentions, but it is also to provide interventions to criminals to control and modify such behavior. It is difficult to meet every individual and assess the criminal intentions by legal authorities also. Psychology theories and principles are aimed at assessing behavior. Though psychology as an intensive research field also uses both qualitative and quantitative methods to study behavior scientifically, but psychology also relies on standardized tools, tests, batteries, inventories, and surveys to assess and understand behavior and attitude. Standardized psychological tests are used in criminal psychology, which helps in assessment and identification of criminals and enables us to understand criminal behavior. Psychology as a science is used to predict, describe, explain criminal behavior with the help of psychological tests. Psychology, being a scientific study, also entails and includes a lot of research. Research on behavior enables psychologists and legal authorities to understand crime, criminal intent, and criminal behavior. There are various theories which explain criminal behavior, and it's not surprising that lines between crime and psychology were drawn much later, and theories based on research conducted in the area of psychology even before this prospect and are still found to be useful in explaining criminal behavior and has been added to the literature of criminal psychology. Criminal psychology is not only intending to understand criminal behavior, but it is also to control criminal behavior. Thus, counseling and intervention for criminal and victims is much of an importance. Many interventions have been made to control crime. For instance, correction homes for children, which is an initiative to improve behavior of children found guilty. Many other research-based interventions are intended to improve the conditions and well-being of criminals in order to enable them to lead a healthy life. Overall, psychology and crime are found to be interlinked, as crime is an act, behavior of an individual, and psychology as a science enables us to understand criminal mind, behavior, and intentions. It also seeks to answer questions related to explanation of criminal behavior. Apart from this, controlling such behavior and modifying behavior with the use of interventions is also more viable when the two disciplines, psychology and law, integrate. Criminal psychology is an amalgamation of these two fields. Purpose of criminal psychology is to understand criminal behavior and to be able to control and modify such behavior. A criminal psychologist is required to assist police and legal authorities during an investigation of a case by developing psychological profile of frequent offenders and investigating reasons as to what resulted in such behavior. It is not just to understand the offenders, but also the police personnel dealing with the case, as many times human errors and limitations restrict or delay the personnel from accessing information pertaining to the case. A criminal psychologist should also create instructions and increase the knowledge of investigators to help them deal with cases of mental illness who are involved in crime. Purpose of criminal psychology is also to research on ways to deal with investigator, offender and victim issues which arise during the process of case investigation. It is to draw effective interventions to maintain and improve mental health of professionals and also to provide counseling to offenders and victims. Criminal psychology is a specialized field which is required to understand if schools and colleges are also engaging students into activities which improves their mental well-being and prevent them from getting involved in violent acts and behaviors. It is also important to understand mental state of youth in school and college who have shown deviant behavior and how such cases can be reintegrated into the society so as to reduce crime and criminal acts. Criminal psychology also intends to understand developmental issues which may lead to criminal behavior. Many researches conducted in the past are example of how criminal psychologists have tried to understand, test and develop theories to understand developmental issues which may lead to criminal intent and behavior. Criminal psychology deals and helps to solve cases involving issues related to custody decisions and conflict resolution also. It is important to note that criminal psychologists are also required to check the mental illness certificate produced by criminals and to provide interventions and counseling to improve their condition. Criminal psychology in India is a growing field, and purpose of criminal psychology indicates its essential need in today's society. Intervention of criminal psychologist in the legal system is need of the hour. Summary: crime is an act which indicates maladjustment to a particular culture and social concern, which is legally considered as an act of violation of law. Criminal psychology is a study of criminal behavior. Criminal behavior can be studied at individual level, group level. Other branches of psychology which contribute to criminal psychology significantly are social and clinical psychology. Psychology is to understand criminal behavior and to be able to control and modify such behavior. Thank you.